Did they ever see it on you?
No.
So there you have the setup with Brett Misener in terms of getting this ride with two women he had not met before. It's all played out like it was just going to be practical for either side. They would find out where this place is, and he would pay their cover charge, and he would get a ride. He did not have a car, and they parted company. Seems easy enough, Shelley Albert.
Yeah, I think it seems pretty straightforward, and I think what he's doing very effectively is he's sort of setting up the scene for the jurors, and the jurors, it's something that the jurors can relate to. You know, this is a kid who's worked hard, and now he gets this opportunity to go out on a Saturday night, and he needs a way to get there, and he's getting angry because the two people he thinks are going to drive them are taking their time, and he can't drink in his own bar, and so forth. So, or it would have been very difficult. I don't want to say no.
Of course,
it's not very difficult.
Yeah, that's not the charge he's facing. It's sort of a reckless disregard for
right.
her life, her health, and we'll see how that plays out. You're going to want to continue to watch. As we continue the discussion and a look at this trial, and Brett Misener on the witness stand. Next up is June Grasso and Nancy Grace, two ladies of the court, who will take you through our next segment for the next couple of hours. I'm Sheila Steinbeck, filling in for Michael Ayala. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and stay tuned here on Court TV. Good morning.
I'm Catherine Cryer. There are an estimated 150,000 women behind bars. All this week, Court TV brings you an in-depth report on the issues facing women in prison.
Court TV tonight. The latest craze in cyberspace isn't just a game.
What you saw was a real murder.
Can the detectives beat the clock
We have 30 minutes left.
and end the web of terror? Homicide. Tonight at 9 on Court TV.
I'm Catherine Cryer. Approximately 65% of women confined in state prisons have had prior convictions. Tonight at 11:30, we'll bring you the stories of the women from inside Cell Block F as Women in Prison Week continues only on Court TV.
Hey, remember, she's into digital photography. Take this.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just love digital photography and video.
Whoa, I'm a bit of an expert myself.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of camera do you have?
Sony. Cybershot.
Wow.
Yeah.
What size is your memory stick?
It's... Excuse me.
Now anyone can be an expert with the free Sony Digital Imaging Guide. It'll tell you what you need to know, and you'll get advice on which digital products are best for you.
Optical zoom. Yeah. Is that Elvis?
Call now for your customized guide. You'll see how Sony's digital camcorders and cameras let you capture, edit, and share your life. You'll even get a password to our members-only website.
My Digital 8 camcorder uses standard 8mm tape. We'd like the creme brulee, please.
So, tell me all about your printer.
It's square. It came in a box.
Call 1-877-347-SONY for your free guide.
Shh. Want to learn a secret about long distance? Let's compare those prices again. AT&T, 7 cents. IDT, just a nickel. Sprint charges 10 cents on weekdays, and MCI charges a quarter. While IDT charges one flat rate all the time. 5 cents a minute, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Switch today and save a few, switch today and save a few bucks. IDT long distance. No one does it for less.
Yeah, he said that he was just...
Yeah, everyone dances. It's not, like you hold each other and dance kind of music.
Do you recall shooting anybody dirty looks?
No.
We'll get back to more testimony of the defendant on the stand. Of course, we heard from the alleged victim in this case, and the jury is likely to be comparing their credibility. I want to remind you about the new 13th juror feature on our website. Log on to www.courttv.com to vote on our question of the day. And today we want to know if you think Sandy Murphy and Rick Tabish are guilty of murder. Like the real jury, you'll have several choices: finding both defendants guilty, finding neither defendant guilty, finding Murphy guilty but acquitting Tabish, and finding Tabish guilty but acquitting Murphy. That jury, of course, is still out after having deliberated about 50 hours in total. They're back deliberating today again. To avoid influencing their verdict, we won't reveal the results of your votes until the jury has finally reached a decision. We'll be right back.
January 31st, 2000, Super Bowl Sunday. 2 men stabbed to death, and All-Pro linebacker Ray Lewis at the scene.
We've got a couple witnesses, and yes, they are giving us information.
Was he an innocent bystander?
Ray was at the scene where the crime took place.
Or guilty of murder?
He was supposed to be in school yesterday, and now he's in a morgue.
Now he faces life behind bars.
He had nothing to do with these murders.
The Ray Lewis murder trial, scheduled to start May 22nd, live on CourtTV Daytime.
Introducing Glade Plug-in Scented Oil.
It doesn't fade.
It doesn't fade away.
It doesn't fade.
Plug it in, plug it in. Scented oil makes this the best plug-ins ever. Plug it in, plug it in. Because oil freshens from the first drop to the last without quickly fading away.
Fresh in 60 days, freshens in a new way. Plug it in, plug it in.
Plug into new scented oil for freshness that won't fade away.
Plug it in.
S.C. Johnson, a family company.
Last year when I went into the hospital, one of the hardest parts of my recovery was dealing with all those complicated claims forms.
We had to file the claim, wait for the check, and then match it back up to the bills.
John and I were almost overwhelmed.
And then we heard about United Americans' Medicare supplement policy and their nationwide automatic claims filing.
With United Americans' Medicare supplement policy, almost all of our Part B claims are now filed automatically.
Plus, the provider's checks are sent automatically. And we receive a convenient monthly statement showing all claims filed and paid.
Call now, and you'll receive this valuable guide to health insurance for people with Medicare, absolutely free.
Call United American today.
We're sure glad we did. Oh, you know what? I want to show you.
To receive your free Medicare supplement guide, plus information on these affordable insurance plans available from United American, call 1-800-832-4793.
Chemotherapy. You're not prepared for how tired it makes you feel. Every year we have a small town parade, and every year I take my place with the other veterans. But this year, I was so tired and short of breath. I thought, I've survived battles, and I've survived war. I just hope I'll have the strength to march in the parade.
Are you a chemotherapy patient? Ask your doctor about Procrit. Procrit is a natural way to regain red blood cells lost during chemotherapy. And more red blood cells can mean more strength. Procrit is safe and effective. In studies, only diarrhea and edema occurred more often with Procrit than placebo. Procrit is for patients with non-myeloid cancers. Call now and learn how Procrit can help you get back the strength you need. Your strength for living.
I have a motto. 1 step back, 2 steps forward.
Welcome back to Court TV on this Wednesday morning. I'm Nancy Grace here in the studio with June Grosso. And as you know, we are on a verdict watch here at Court TV, and we've got some news. We understand that the jury has asked for a readback in that Las Vegas courtroom, readback of testimony. And June, what I fear is that they want a readback of the experts' testimony because you know that if they want a portion of, say, the defense expert readback, then the state can make the objection, hey, I want our expert readback as well, so the trial could go on. I didn't want a continuance.
What happened if you had a really big defendant?
Right. We are taking a break, everyone, and when we come back, we're going into that Florida courtroom. But remember, we are on a verdict watch. Programming note, tonight on Pros and Cons, 6 o'clock. It's day 6 of jury deliberations. We go live to Las Vegas for the latest on the Ted Binion murder trial with the Inside Players. And it's Women in Prison Week here on Court TV. Tonight, the emotional story of one mother and the heartbreak of motherhood behind bars. Can you imagine? Plus, a touchy situation at TGI Fridays. An employee wins big bucks after coworkers cross the line by groping and grabbing. But get this, the victim is a man. Pros and Cons tonight, 6 o'clock, Court TV.
I'm Catherine Cryer. There are an estimated 150,000 women behind bars. All this week, Court TV brings you an in-depth report on the issues facing women in prison.
All this week on Cryer Today, it's Women in Prison Week. Special guests include Clinton Whitewater partner Susan McDougal, Ted Koppel, who'll talk about his special Court TV documentary on women behind bars, the mother of Susan Smith, convicted of drowning her 2 children in a lake, Charles Grodin and his crusade for equal time for equal crime, and the mother of Pam Smart, the teacher who seduced a student and went to jail. All this week on Cryer Today at 1 p.m., only on Court TV.
Mr. Gecko. This is my final plea. I am a gecko, not to be confused with Geico, which could save you hundreds on car insurance. So stop calling me.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I didn't want mail.
You don't have to sacrifice service to save money. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I take care of my father.
I take care of my wife.
I take care of myself.
This feeding through a tube, it's hard on Dad and me.
I need help.
Help.
Call Liberty. Medicare and Medicaid eligible people rely on us for enteral feeding supplies. We deliver to your door. Fill out your forms. File your claims with no upfront cost. We support you.
Everything Dad needs comes to us.
Like premixed nutrition that's safe and ready to use.
It's much more than convenient.
Their toll-free helpline, it's peace of mind.
Since 1989, hundreds of thousands of people nationwide have relied on Liberty for specialty medical supplies and service. Liberty is help when you need it most.
This will never be easy, but with Liberty, I can do it.
If you're a diabetic, I'm going to share a big secret with you. I found a way that you may be able to get your supplies at no cost. But wait, there's more. All your supplies come to your door when you need them, so there's no worry about running out. With Diabetic Supply of America, you pay nothing up front. If you have Medicare or private insurance, call Diabetic Supply of America now.
You may be able to get diabetic supplies at no cost. Call 1-800-214-4965.
Get the compact Presario 5900T Internet Bundle for just $14.99, and you'll get more than a great Internet PC. You'll also get a 17-inch monitor, color printer, Intel Pentium 3 processor, and one-touch Internet access. All this for only $14.99. Call 1-800-329-9350 to get yours today.
People like pee on themselves and just not know what's going on it. I don't know, it's nasty.
That's GHB, commonly known as a date rape drug. It can affect people in a variety of negative ways. In a Florida nightclub, it left Jennifer Cruz unconscious and near death. Welcome back to Court TV. I'm June Grosso.
And I'm Nancy Grace. Thanks for being with us today. Brett Misener is charged with attempted second-degree murder for allegedly hand. Crews knew exactly what she was drinking, and she lost consciousness due to her own negligence. We'll go right back to that Florida trial in just a moment, but first to Lolita Lopez, who's standing by with the latest legal news from around the world. Lolita.
That's right, Nancy. Well, today, there may be little movement as the jury continues deliberations over the fate of Sandy Murphy and Rick Tabish. They're accused of murdering wealthy casino owner Ted Binion by forcing him to ingest a lethal drug combination in order to collect his fortune in silver. Defense attorneys claim it was an overdose. Joining us now live outside the Las Vegas courtroom is Mary Jane Stevenson. Hello, MJ.
Good morning, Lolita. A flurry of activity here at the courthouse before the jury even arrived. Jurors were scheduled to arrive about 5 minutes ago, and they don't begin their deliberations for another half hour. But earlier this morning, the judge released a note to reporters. It was a note that jurors had sent out late last night, and they're requesting the readback of testimony from a pivotal witness for the prosecution.
Well, Mary Jane, they definitely have a lot to deal with. Thanks a lot again. Mary Jane Stevenson's reporting live from Las Vegas. Be sure to stay with Court TV for all the latest developments and live coverage of the verdict. When it happens, we'll break into our primetime program, if necessary, to bring it to you. In other news today, a longtime suspect in the 1963 bombing of a black Birmingham church was jailed today after a grand jury returned an indictment against him. The explosion at the 16th Street Baptist Church killed 4 young girls, one of the most shocking racial crimes of the civil rights era. Thomas Blankton, one of the 2 living suspects, surrendered to authorities early this morning. Former Klansman Robert Chambliss died in prison after being the only person convicted in the blast. A third day of jury selection begins in the Atlanta trial of the first active NFL player to face murder charges. Baltimore Raven Ray Lewis and 2 co-defendants are accused of stabbing 2 men outside a nightclub after a Super Bowl party. Prosecutors are asking jurors whether they would report a violent incident, referring to their claim that Lewis tried to mislead authorities after the stabbings. Court TV will cover this trial live with opening statements slated for Monday. Now we're asking you to get involved with our news story of the day by answering our 13th juror question. Can Ray Lewis receive a fair trial? And as of right now, 87% of you are saying yes, while 13% are saying no. And you can continue voting on the question by logging on to our website at CourtTV.com. We'll have updates throughout the day. And finally, 4 fans at Chicago's Wrigley Field have been arrested. That after getting into a tussle with Los Angeles Dodgers players last night. Now, it all began when a fan reached into the bullpen, stole the Dodger player's hat, and hit the player, who then ran after him into the crowd, along with some of his teammates. That's all for now. I'm Lolita Lopez in the Court TV News Center. Now back to Nancy and June in the studio.
Thanks, Lolita. I'll see you again in about an hour for more of today's legal news from around the world. Again, we are in a verdict watch in that Las Vegas courtroom, and now the jury has asked for a readback of pivotal testimony from a state's witness. That witness, the maid that was specifically requested by Sandy Murphy to stay home, coincidentally, the day Binion died. And now let's go back into that Florida courtroom where a young man is on trial for slipping a so-called date rape drug to a young lady at a nightclub. And now Brett Misener, the defendant himself, is on the stand. Let's listen.
Mr. Misener, what's your date of birth? And let's say for the preceding year or so, where did you socialize?
Where did I socialize during that time?
Where did you go? What places did you go?
I really didn't go hardly anywhere.
When you did go, where did you go?
Maybe to out to eat, to a movie, maybe to a local bar.
What local bars did you go to?
There's one around the corner called Jester's.
How about nightclubs?
Maybe I went to the Turtle Club once or twice.
Now, how long did you work at the Bombay?
Maybe 5 months.
And there you see on the stand Brett Misener, and he's under cross-examination, and you noticed that his tone changed dramatically when he began cross-examination. He's fidgeting in his chair. He's thumping his foot against the podium. You could hear it on the microphone. moving around in his seat, indicating he's very nervous on cross-exam. Before we go to break, I want to remind you, Court TV Online is hosting its Crime and Justice News of the Week chat this evening, 5 o'clock Eastern. And at 7 p.m. Eastern, as part of Court TV's Women in Prison Week, Ellen Barry, she is the founder of Legal Services of Women and Children, will discuss the work she does with prisoners with children. Log on to www.courttv.com or chat.yahoo.com to share your thoughts. Stay with us. June and I will be right back.
I'm Catherine Cryer. More than 50% of the women who have committed murder used a firearm.
And you shot someone in the head?
5 times. Tomorrow at 11, the tough Sheriff Hagee goes inside the jail at Greenville, South Carolina for a special 1-hour inside cell block F.
A man can be the dog and be on TV, but he can be the woman and nobody cares.
The person that's being abused often ends up in jail.
As Women in Prison Week continues, only on Court TV.
It's a sizzling homicide marathon. Memorial Day on Court TV.
I think this is all terrific, man.
Where bad guys are grilled right in front of your eyes.
Get enough, all right?
In some of the tastiest episodes of all time.
I'm downtown and knock you around.
Feel the heat.
Slide!
When we fan the flames in our sizzling homicide marathon.
Would you break bread with us?
Memorial Day on Court TV. Brought to you in part by Sonata. Ask your doctor about Sonata.
There's something about a clear answer to a computer question that makes me want to kiss someone.
Now there's a different way to buy and own a computer. Dell for me. It helps you get the most out of your PC. Choose the system you need.
My homepage is my castle.
Even create your own personal website. Since you're dealing directly with Dell, it's easy.
It's pure economics. An affordable computer means more black shoes.
This Dimension desktop featuring an Intel Pentium 3 processor at 550 megahertz, and everything you see here is just $899.
I wish my computer came with a little cyber geek who lived up here on the roof. It just came down whenever I had a question.
And Dell for me includes tech support 24/7.
Tech support?
It's all about putting everything you need in one place. It's all about you.
Sitting in front of my computer is just as exciting as those extreme sports.
Call to order your Dell Dimension with an Intel Pentium 3 processor. DellForMe.com.
Hi, I'd like to start getting home delivery of the Sunday New York Times.
Now you can enjoy Sunday even more by getting the New York Times delivered to your home every weekend. And when you call now, you'll get 50% off the regular home delivery price.
I enjoy waking up and having the Sunday New York Times waiting for me. I know it'll tell me things that I won't hear, read, or see anywhere else.
I get international and cultural news, and I get a jump on the week ahead.
Call now to order, and you'll get the book review, travel, arts and leisure, week in review, and the New York Times Magazine.
On Sunday mornings, we catch up on what we really love. She goes straight for arts and leisure. I check out the magazine.
So call now to enjoy the Sunday New York Times for 8 weeks with home delivery at 50% off.
Hi. I'd like to start getting the Sunday New York Times at home. I think the only thing I enjoy more than doing the crossword puzzle is actually finishing it.
Call now, 1-800-333-8020, and get the Sunday New York Times delivered to your home every weekend.
For me, Sunday was made for the New York Times.
Well, Brett Misener is on the stand. He is, of course, the defendant in this case, and the case probably now hangs to a great deal on whether or not the jury finds him credible, whether they believe what he's telling them. And his testimony differs in very important respects. And, you know, one wonders what happens at those club scenes. How much drug use is there? Is it prevalent? Are there a lot of instances of people's drinks being you might say poisoned by a drug, or is this something that's unusual? Well, to find out, we sent a crew of young people down to New York University to find out about the club scene and what it's all about, how many drugs are really being used.
Drug use in the clubs is always going to go on. It always has gone on. Laws don't really deter people. It's all a matter of preference, whether or not you want to use drugs, you feel safe in that setting using them. It's always going to be a personal matter.
the club scene is drug use. It's always drug use. I mean, it's always going to be incorporated, whether it's under the table and whether it's, kept, out of sight or whether it's inside or whatever. It's still going to be there. I mean, it's impossible to, take the two apart from each other.
Yeah, I agree. Drug use, club scene, synonymous.
I'm Catherine Cryer. There are an estimated 150,000 women behind bars. All this week, Court TV brings you an in-depth report on the issues facing women in prison.
Court TV tonight. The latest craze in cyberspace isn't just a game.
What you saw was a real murder.
Can the detectives beat the clock
We have 30 minutes left.
and end the web of terror? Homicide. Tonight at 9 on Court TV.
Tomorrow on Mugshots, the story of America's most famous female serial killer.
You really do want to die.
I'd be better off.
Eileen Mornos, a Mugshots premiere. Part of Women in Prison Week. Tomorrow at 10 p.m. only on Court TV.
I love working here. It's exciting, feeling like we're changing things for the better. At Zurich Direct, there are no surprises. You call us and we give you a free quote on high-quality term life insurance with no strings attached. And these rates are up to 70% less than what some other insurers charge. I mean, why pay more than you have to?
Hi, thank you for calling Zurich Direct. This is Wendy. How may I help you?
It really is simple.
Well, Mr. Madden, you're 42 in good health and you don't smoke? That's great. A 10-year, $250,000 policy is just $23 a month, and your rate is guaranteed.
Everybody has questions when they call in. They want to know they're doing business with the right company. You'd be amazed how many letters we get from people just saying thanks.
Well, you can choose a 5, 10, 15, or 20.
Coverage can start in just a few
Sure, I
weeks.
can help you with that. I'll just...
Absolutely. I think everyone should call Zurich Direct. But then again, I'm probably a little partial.
Call 1-888-361-TERM. Zurich Direct, a unit of Zurich Kemper Life.
I went on chemo at the time my oldest daughter was getting married. We had planned everything, the fabric, the design, the whole gown. But when it was time to sew the dress, the chemo, it makes you weak. My whole life I've made clothes for other people, but for my own daughter's wedding, I was too tired to make the dress.
Are you a chemotherapy patient? Ask your doctor about Procrit. Procrit is a natural way to regain red blood cells lost during chemotherapy, and more red blood cells can mean more strength. Procrit is safe and effective. In studies, only diarrhea and edema occurred more often with Procrit than placebo. Procrit is for patients with non-myeloid cancers. Call now and learn how Procrit can help you get back the strength you need. Your strength for living.
In life, you take the bitter with the sweet, but I plan to end up with more sweet.
She took a healthy gulp of it, and she grimaced. She made a face and squinched up her face, and she handed it back to Brett.
The drink Jennifer to the courthouse for the latest on the Ted Binion murder trial. And it's Women in Prison Week on Court TV this week. Tonight, the emotional story of one mother and the heartbreak of motherhood behind bars. Plus, a touchy situation at TGI Fridays. An employee wins big bucks after coworkers cross the line by groping and grabbing. But get this, June, the victim is a man. Pros and cons tonight, 6 o'clock, Court TV.
All this week on Crier Today, it's Women in Prison Week. Special guests include Clinton Whitewater partner Susan McDougal, Ted Koppel, who'll talk about his special Court TV documentary on women behind bars, the mother of Susan Smith, convicted of drowning her 2 children in a lake, Charles Grodin and his crusade for equal time for equal crime, and the mother of Pam Smart, the teacher who seduced a student and went to jail. All this week on Crier Today at 1 p.m., only on Court TV.
Oh boy, here we go again.
They'll do anything for another minute.
I'm okay!
An arbor mist for that?
Nah.
Now that deserves an arbor mist.
New from Arbor Mist, Cranberry Twist White Merlot. Great tasting wine, a splash of fruit. Can't resist the mist.
With all this talk about changes to Medicare, we were confused.
I'd only read a few things about the new Medicare Plus choice option, but I didn't really understand it or know how it might affect our current coverage.
We needed answers to these very important questions.
So we called this toll-free number and received this valuable guide to health insurance for people with Medicare, absolutely free, from United American Insurance Company.
This free guide could answer a lot of your Medicare supplement questions. I know it did for us.
With United American's Medicare supplement policy, you'll have the freedom to choose the doctors and hospitals you want.
And almost all of your Part B process claims are filed automatically.
Call United American for your free guide today.
We're sure glad we did.
Yeah.
This informative guide to health insurance for people with Medicare could answer a lot of your Medicare supplement questions. To receive your free Medicare supplement guide, plus information on these affordable insurance plans available from United American, call 1-800-732-6383.
Hi, I'm Wilford Brimley for Liberty Medical. I'm a diabetic. I know how serious this disease is, but I also know a way to help control it. Check your blood sugar and check it often. Liberty makes that easier. If you're 65 or over, on Medicare and diabetic, call Liberty right now. They bring your supplies right to your door. Then Liberty bills Medicare and your insurance company. Call Liberty. They're professionals and they can help you live a better life.
Did you know that mosquitoes are attracted to dark clothing? Did you know that a poison ivy rash can appear just minutes after contact? That's why there's Cortisone 10 Plus with vitamins A and E plus aloe. Among these, it's the only one with the medicine doctors recommend most to stop itch and help heal. Trust the power of Cortisone 10 Plus. What are you itching for?
Also, try Cortisone 10 Quick Shot Spray. No itch relief goes on faster.
Let's go back to the defendant on the stand on cross-examination. The prosecutor going to try to...
Never been too good at remembering everybody's names.
We'll be back to more, but just a quick programming note before we go to break. Jury selection is underway in the trial of NFL linebacker Ray Lewis, accused of murder and assault stemming from the stabbing deaths of two men after this year's Super Bowl. CourtTV will bring you live coverage of the proceedings as they get underway. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more from the attempted murder trial of Brett Misener.
I'm Catherine Cryer. There are an estimated 150,000 women behind bars. All this week, CourtTV brings you an in-depth report on the issues facing women in prison.
Tomorrow at 11 p.m., a special 1-hour inside Cell Block F. Sheriff Gerald Hagee travels to the women's jail in Greenville, South Carolina.
The person that's being abused often ends up in jail.
And deals with some of the toughest issues in America.
A man can beat a dog and be on TV, but he can beat a woman and nobody cares.
An emotionally charged, hard-hitting 1-hour special, Inside Cell Block F. Part of Women in Prison Week, tomorrow at 11 p.m., only on CourtTV.
Still paying too much for car insurance? Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more. At Geico Auto Insurance, we handle your claim quickly, so you don't have to bum a ride to work. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Until recently, these guys lived in a pretty elite place, and the closest ordinary investors came to them was tapping on the glass, hoping to get in. But at Datek Online, we're rendering the old Wall Street club obsolete, so everyone can have the power of professional trading tools. Like Datek's streamer that shows continuously updating quotes as the market moves, and a commitment to execute your order within 60 seconds, or the commission is waived. There are so many great reasons to be a Datek customer. We're the only broker with 12 continuous hours to trade. And any online trade is just $9.99. The power of professional trading tools is no longer reserved for the privileged few.
And when you fund your account, you'll get 10 free online trades. To apply, call toll-free 1-877-51-DAYTECH or visit our special website.
Daytech Online. The rules are changing.
I love working here. It's exciting, feeling like we're changing things for the better. At Zurich Direct, there are no surprises. You call us and we give you a free quote on high-quality term life insurance with no strings attached. And these rates are up to 70% less than what some other insurers charge. I mean, why pay more than you have to?
Hi, thank you for calling Zurich Direct. This is Wendy. How may I help you?
It really is simple.
Well, Mr. Madden, you're 42 in good health and you don't smoke? That's great. A 10-year, $250,000 policy is just $23 a month, and your rate is guaranteed.
Everybody has questions when they call in. They want to know they're doing business with the right company. You'd be amazed how many letters we get from people just saying thanks.
Well, you can choose a 5, 10, 15, or 20.
Coverage can start in just a few weeks.
Sure, I can help you with that. I'll just...
Absolutely. I think everyone should call Zurich Direct. But then again, I'm probably a little partial.
Call 1-888-361-TERM. Zurich Direct, a unit of Zurich Kemper Life.
The person had given a ride to Mr. Misener started showing some special attention towards Jennifer and wanted to dance with her, wanted to have her pay attention to him. Jennifer politely rebuffed him, didn't do anything overtly impolite to him, simply would not dance with him.
Well, according to Florida prosecutor...
Their life with the possibility of parole, if that would ever happen. I don't know if we're going to reach that threshold if they're having such problems with the medical testimony and the medical experts in this case to even prove that a homicide existed in the first instance.
Well, Mr. John Mummett, we'll all just have to wait and see. Thank you so much for joining us outside that Las Vegas courtroom. Be sure to stay with Court TV for all the latest developments and live coverage of the verdict when it happens. We'll have it, and we'll even break into our primetime programming if necessary. In other news, prosecutors and defense attorneys plod along for a third day of jury selection in the murder trial of Baltimore Ravens football player Ray Lewis. Defense attorneys and prosecutors are both attempting to ensure that the potential jurors are not tainted by the high-profile nature of this case. Court TV will cover this trial live with opening statements slated for Monday. Now we're asking you to get involved with our news story of the day by answering our 13th juror question. Can Ray Lewis receive a fair trial? Once again, we have the same percentages. 87% say yes, while 13 are saying no. Now, you can continue voting on the question by logging on to our website at CourtTV.com. We'll have updates throughout the day. Well, that's it from the Court TV News Center. I'm Lolita Lopez. Now back to the studio.
All right, thanks so much for that report. And we are going to take a short break. When we return, we're going to show you the closing arguments in the trial of Brett Misener. Of course, prosecution up first.
All this week on Crier Today, it's Women in Prison Week. Special guests include Clinton Whitewater partner Susan McDougal. Ted Koppel will talk about his special Court TV documentary on women behind bars. The mother of Susan Smith, convicted of drowning her 2 children in a lake. Charles Grodin and his crusade for equal time for equal crime. And the mother of Pam Smart, the teacher who seduced a student and went to jail. All this week on Crier Today at 1 p.m. only on Court TV.
No, this isn't a jeans commercial. It's about constipation. You're bloated, not yourself. Your size 10s feel like 2s.
FiberCon has natural fiber action to relieve bloating constipation.
I'm myself again.
FiberCon, be regular, be yourself.
Moms don't like to talk about menopause, so maybe your mom never told you.
But you feel physical and psychological changes
long before menopause.
Try Estroven to help balance hormones naturally.
Gently, safely. Don't wait till menopause to get Estroven.
So listen, you get your first 6 months free when you sign up for a year of unlimited MSN internet access.
Georgia, come here. Check this out. I figured out what these switches are for. Watch this.
Good for you. Hotmail. Mama, it works from anywhere.
Anywhere?
Mike, that's not nice. Create your web community on MSN with photo album, calendar, and chat.
Do I get instant messaging?
MSN Messenger service is the fastest growing, and all your friends will be using it.
Wait till he says 6, then get him.
Call 1-800-FREE-MSN. Get your first 6 months free when you sign up for a year of unlimited MSN.
What's this?
Dance, MSN boy, dance!
Tired of busy signals and disconnects? Switch to MSN. It's reliable. Sign up for a year and get your first 6 months free. Call today, 1-800-FREE-MSN.
Check this out. Go to some auto insurance company websites and try to get instant quotes and instant coverage. Can't do it. At Progressive, our website is different.
You can do things at Progressive.com that you can't do at other websites. I got an instant quote from Progressive and rates for 3 other leading companies.
No waiting for emails. No pushy callbacks.
If we can't save you money, we'll tell you who can.
I bought my policy online in the blink of an eye.
Or if you want, call us anytime at 1-800-AUTOPRO.
At Progressive.com, I can pay my bill online, even add a new car if I want.
Even our immediate response vehicles are online to help settle claims faster.
More people visit Progressive.com than any other auto insurance website.
Those other websites might as well be called can'tdodiddly.com.
We've given the auto insurance industry a big upgrade.
Shop and buy online at Progressive.com. Not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
Welcome back to Court TV on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Nancy Grace, and as you know, we are in a verdict watch in that Las Vegas courtroom. In case you haven't heard, the jury deliberating the Ted Binion murder trial has asked for a readback of testimony. See you in a few moments. Everyone, that's all the time we have for today, but please tune in tonight. Pros and Cons at 6 tonight. The latest on the Ted Binion case, as well as going behind bars and motherhood behind bars, and a case where a male employee at TGI Friday sues and wins big bucks on sexual harassment. That's all the time we have now. I'm Nancy Grace.
And I'm June Grosso. Thanks for joining us. Remember to stay tuned for the conclusion of the Brett Misener trial immediately following Crier today at 2 Eastern Time. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And don't forget, we're on verdict watch in the Binion trial.
Heat up the
Stay
coffee.
right there.
We're staying all night for verdict watch. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
I'm Catherine Crier. There are an estimated 150,000 women behind bars. All this week, Court TV brings you an in-depth report on the issues facing women in prison.
Court TV tonight. The latest craze in cyberspace isn't just a game.
What you saw was a real murder.
Can the detectives beat the clock
We have 30 minutes left.
and end the web of terror? Homicide. Tonight at 9 on Court TV.
Tonight, enter the world of a mad woman, trapped in a nightmare of twisted delusions, dark conspiracies, and paranoia that pushed her over the edge. Dangerous Mind. Our crime stories premiere tonight at 10.
Sometimes it's hard for him to breathe.
I used to use an inhaler to help, but recently my doctor switched me to a nebulizer.
His doctor said it would be better for him. And it's covered by Medicare. That makes life easier for us.
We found something else that makes life a lot easier. Liberty Medical.
If you use a nebulizer or inhaler to help you breathe and are covered by Medicare, Liberty Medical can make life easier for you, too.
Liberty Medical delivers all his medications right to our door.
And they bill Medicare and our insurance company. We have no upfront costs and no forms to fill out.
Now we have more time for us.
If you're 65 or older, have emphysema, chronic bronchitis, or asthma, and are covered by Medicare, call the number on your screen for more information about home delivery of nebulizers and respiratory medications from Liberty Medical.
Who wouldn't want more time for the fun things in life?
The worst thing was math class and getting called to the board. I never knew how to do the problem, and everyone was staring at me. I could feel my back turning red. But now it's no problem because math makes sense.
At Sylvan Learning Center, we help students catch up or even get ahead. We start with our skills assessment to determine students' strengths and weaknesses. Then we personalize programs for each child's specific needs and learning style.
When I had to read out loud, I didn't know lots of the words. Like, I had trouble with island, so I had to sound it out. Is land. And I know I sounded dumb.
Sylvan uses certified teachers, and we guarantee results. In fact, 8 out of 10 students improve their math or reading skills by 1 full grade level in only 5 months.
Now, I know all the words, and I can just read it straight through, no problem.
Sylvan Learning Center offers flexible payment options. So if your child needs help with school, call 1-800-EDUCATE. Success is learned.
And I just feel like I'm missing out on, I'm not the only one being punished. You know, I feel like my kids are missing out on so much, and I'm missing out on so much, and I feel like they are suffering much more than I am.
Does the punishment really fit the crime, or are the convicted just victims of laws designed to get drug dealers off the streets? Today, Charles Grodin on the harsh sentences given to women and his crusade for clemency. Investigative journalist Deborah Norville, her edition of Life on the Inside at one of the country's toughest jails, and the teacher who became pregnant with her young student's baby, the latest on Mary Kay Letourneau, next. Actor and talk show host Charles Grodin says he was outraged when he first heard about New York's Rockefeller drug laws, so he decided to do something about it. Yeah. The population doesn't support a politician who gets out there and says we've got to really look at something that might be easy for me to get elected on. We don't support that politician.
That's right. You know, most of the public are not aware of exactly what's going on.
I'll tell you what, Charles, we got to take a quick break. Quick break. We'll be back with more. Go.
January 31st, 2000, Super Bowl Sunday. 2 men stabbed to death, and All-Pro linebacker Ray Lewis at the scene.
We've got a couple witnesses, and yes, they are giving us information.
Was he an innocent bystander?
Ray was at the scene where the crime took place.
Or guilty of murder?
He was supposed to be in school yesterday, and now he's in a morgue.
Now he faces life behind bars.
He had nothing to do with these murders.
The Ray Lewis murder trial, scheduled to start May 22nd, live on CourtTV Daytime.
If you're a diabetic, I'm going to share a big secret with you. I found a way that you may be able to get your supplies at no cost. But wait, there's more. All your supplies come to your door when you need them, so there's no worry about running out. With Diabetic Supply of America, you pay nothing up front. If you have Medicare or private insurance, call Diabetic Supply of America now.
You may be able to get diabetic supplies at no cost. Call 1-800-214-4965.
Until recently, these guys lived in a pretty elite place, and the closest ordinary investors came to them was tapping on the glass, hoping to get in. But at Daytech Online, we're rendering the old Wall Street club obsolete, so everyone can have the power of professional trading tools. Like Daytech's streamer that shows continuously updating quotes as the market moves, and a commitment to execute your order within 60 seconds, or the commission is waived. There are so many great reasons to be a Daytech customer. We're the only broker with 12 continuous hours to trade. And any online trade is just $9.99. The power of professional trading tools is no longer reserved for the privileged few.
And when you fund your account, you'll get 10 free online trades. To apply, call toll-free 1-877-51-DAYTECH or visit our special website.
Daytech Online. The rules are changing.
When you go to school and your friends at school, does that ever come out? Where's your mom?
Sometimes.
What's that like?
It's embarrassing.
And they say, why is she in prison?
Yeah.
And you just tell them. You don't tell them.
I tell them that she works as a police officer, and so she's real busy, so she sometimes don't come home.
Oh, that was Lisa Oberg, the daughter of one of the women who was granted clemency earlier this year before her mother's release. Well, we will keep talking about it.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, and up next, some advice for kids with moms in prison from one who knows an 11-year-old boy.
Tomorrow on Mugshots. At 15, she was raped and abandoned by her family. She lived in the woods and worked as a prostitute.
Nobody would give her a break.
Then, in December 1989,
I said, enough is enough. I'm getting a gun. I'm going to use it.
the story of America's most famous female serial killer, including an exclusive death row interview.
You really do want to die? I'd be better off.
Eileen Wuornos, a Mugshots premiere, part of Women in Prison Week. Tomorrow at 10 p.m., only on CourtTV.
It's happening again.
Where's it centered?
I got it. It's centered on Elwood Drive.
Go! Back. All civilians back.
2.7.
Yeah.
2.9.
Oh, I'm feeling it. Go! Move it. Go!
Yeah! Oh! I just saved hundreds of dollars by switching to Geico. Yeah!
Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
6 weeks before one of the biggest games of my life, I felt a strange pain in my chest. What my doctor found was my toughest opponent yet. 3 of my arteries were more than 90% blocked. After recovering from surgery, lowering my high cholesterol became more important than football. Later, I was fortunate enough to coach my team in the biggest game of the season.
That's the kind of play we need.
Along with a healthy diet and regular exercise, taking Zocor every day helps significantly lower my total cholesterol.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not right for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems. Because serious side effects can result, tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Zocor and about any medicines you are taking.
When diet and exercise are not enough, talk to your doctor about Zocor. Take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Why can't I see my mom? Who's going to take care of me? Why is my mom dressed in such a strange uniform? Ray Diaz, Dijon Parrish, Mindy Scheinbaum. Wonderful program. Thanks so much for sharing your stories. And Dijon, Ray, best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Crime Stories, enter the world of a mad woman trapped in a nightmare of twisted delusions.
She was chasing me around with an ice pick, trying to poke it in my ear.
Dark conspiracies.
Jack Ferris was a professional assassin.
And paranoia.
I've got all this hate coming in.
That pushed her over the edge.
She hit him right in the chest.
Dangerous mind.
Then it will rise.
Part of Women in Prison Week, tomorrow at 10, only on CourtTV.
Having 2 sons is like having a hurricane in the house. That's why I need a vacuum cleaner that really picks up dirt.
Sears Kenmore Cyclonic Vacuum's powerful 12-amp motor and cyclonic action generate incredible cleaning power. Its unique triple filtration system traps 99.97% of the dirt and allergens that pass through it, down to 0.3 microns for a cleaner home environment. And Kenmore Cyclonic is the only vacuum with a washable HEPA filter. Plus, the extra stretchable hose and turbo brush attachment make cleaning stairs fast and easy.
With the Kenmore Cyclonic, there are no bags to replace or buy. When I'm done, I just empty the bin. I don't know how I survived without it.
Sears, the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Have your Sears or other credit card ready and call 1-800-410-3838. That's 1-800-410-3838.
This portion of Court TV is brought to you in part by Zocor. Talk to your doctor about Zocor today.
Inside Edition anchor Deborah Norville learned the true meaning of the word inside when she was recently assigned to do time at, quote, the toughest jail in America. What's next for Mary Kay Letourneau?
I give you my word that it will not happen again. Please. Please help me. Help us. Help us all.
Tonight, Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka went on a vicious killing spree that included the rape, kidnapping, and murder of Carla's own teenage sister, who was she forced to kill to save her own life. Mugshots, tonight at 7 on Court TV.
The most sensational trial of the year is now in the hands of the jury. Court TV will interrupt regular programming to bring you the verdict live when it happens. The Las Vegas millionaire murder trial. Only on Court TV.
Tomorrow on Mugshots, the story of America's most famous female serial killer.
You really do want to die. I'd be better off.
Eileen Mornos, a Mugshots premiere. Part of Women in Prison Week. Tomorrow at 10 p.m. only on Court TV.
Are you near a phone? Can you take down a number? Then call for some of the best life insurance rates in years from a respected insurer, Protective Life Insurance Company. For $100,000 coverage, a 35-year-old man could now pay less than $10 a month. A 45-year-old man, less than $15 a month. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. So act now. For your free quote, call Matrix Direct, 1-800-887-8751.
Want to learn a secret about long distance? Let's compare those prices again. AT&T, 7 cents. IDT, just a nickel. Sprint charges 10 cents on weekdays, and MCI charges a quarter, while IDT charges one flat rate all the time, 5 cents a minute, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Switch today and save a few, switch today and save a few bucks. IDT long distance. No one does it for less.
Less than 3 months ago, you were given the opportunity, Miss Letourneau, for treatment. Within weeks of your release from jail, you purposely violated the conditions of your sentence. This case is not about a flawed system. It is about an opportunity that you foolishly squandered.
Extraordinary film. Penelope Miller was brilliant. David Gerke, Sonny Grosso, gentlemen, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Take a quick break. We'll be right back. On Pros and Cons tonight, day 6 of deliberations go live for the latest on the Ted Binion murder trial and Women in Prison Week on Court TV. Tonight, the emotional story of one mother and the heartbreak of motherhood behind bars. Plus, a touchy situation at TGI Fridays. An employee wins big bucks after coworkers cross the line, groping and grabbing. But get this, the victim is a man. Pros and Cons tonight, 6 o'clock, Court TV.
Feel good, like I knew that I would now.
Senecot laxative tablets work like second nature, comfortably overnight.
So good.
Senecot, the natural vegetable laxative. You'll feel so good. Senecot.
Deck and patio owners, have you ever been frustrated by the weather on your deck or patio? Struggling with the blazing hot midday sun or those unpredictable summer showers? At last, there's a solution that lets you outsmart the weather. It's the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. And right now, you can get the whole Sunsetter story in this free catalog and video. Inside, you'll discover how the easy-to-use Sunsetter can help you to enjoy your deck or patio more, rain or shine. In fact, it's like adding a whole extra outdoor room to your home. The easy-to-use Sunsetter is simple to operate, opening almost effortlessly in less than 30 seconds to create an instant outdoor shelter when sudden showers strike. And a comfortable shaded retreat on those hot, sunny days. In fact, with Sunsetter, you'll stay up to 30 degrees cooler even on the hottest summer days. Plus, our easy-to-add accessories turn Sunsetter into a complete outdoor living room, perfect for insect-free enjoyment and entertaining all day and right into those balmy summer nights. All for thousands less than adding a costly addition to your home. Plus, we'll even take you inside to show you why our remarkable 7-layer awning fabric is so incredibly durable and completely waterproof. And because we manufacture Sunsetter ourselves and sell direct to you, we're able to offer incredible factory direct prices that save you hundreds of dollars. So stop struggling with the weather. Start enjoying your deck or patio more than ever before with the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. Call for your free video and catalog today.
To receive your free video and catalog on the Sunsetter retractable awning, including exciting details about a special savings offer on now, just call toll-free 1-800-345-0202. That's 1-800-345-0202. Call now.
There's a lot more to stories in the criminal justice system once you get past the headlines. Hello, I'm Catherine Cryer. Join me every weekday for an in-depth look at the legal issues that could affect you. Cryer Today, weekdays at 1 p.m., only on CourtTV. America Online is launching a free service for the nation's schools today. Across the country, kids will be able to log on to the internet and use this fabulous tool in class. Sounds like a great deal, huh? Well, it didn't take long, however, for critics to get on their high horse about the gift. There must be a profit motive behind this gesture. How dare this company weasel its way into the classroom, potentially brainwashing future consumers to use its product? AOL has already removed all advertising from its system other than the presence of the AOL logo. So contrary to some of the first newsroom broadcasts, this is commercial-free. Inappropriate sites will be blocked, and no student will be able to purchase items online. Instead, this program is being redesigned as solely an educational tool. When Colin Powell joined the volunteer organization America's Promise, he began soliciting help from big corporations. One of his biggest successes was the acquisition of thousands of computers for our schools. Did we ask the companies to remove their labels? Were we afraid that the use of an IBM or Dell or Gateway PC would forever lock students into brand loyalty? Remember the adage, there's no such thing as a free lunch? Well, the truth is that much charitable giving has some ulterior motive. People scream when someone threatens to remove the IRS deduction for gifts. Let's face it, if you can write off the donation, it becomes a little easier to do. I know how many people go to charity events to see and be seen, an added benefit to the glow they might get from their contribution. How many buildings might never have been donated to universities if a family name was not prominently displayed? Why should we resent a potentially selfish motive when it can do so much good? We're seeing a growing technology divide between the rich and poor, the urban and rural. If AOL can narrow that gap and assure access for our nation's students, where's the harm? Being pure at heart is an admirable thing, but it's also pretty rare. Let the private sector give something back. If they make money in the long run, so what? Now, if you'd like to contribute a piece of your mind, that is, write to me at CryerToday@CourtTV.com. And please include your full name and town so we can give credit where credit's due. Now, tomorrow, another story of a woman whose romantic involvement with a student landed her in prison. Pam Smart, serving life without parole for plotting to murder her own husband. Her mother will join me. And an update on Amy Grossberg, recently released from prison after leaving her newborn baby to die in a dumpster. Coming up tonight on Court TV, Women in Prison Week continues at 10 p.m. with Dangerous Mind, about a mentally ill Texas woman who thought her roommate was poisoning her and killed her. Then at 11, a special half-hour edition of Cryer Today. And it's day 5 of those deliberations in the Las Vegas millionaire murder trial. As soon as a verdict has been reached, we'll let you know. Thanks so much for joining me, and see you tomorrow.
The latest craze in cyberspace isn't just a game. Can the detectives beat the clock and end the web of terror? Homicide. Tonight at 9 on Court TV.
These binoculars let you see a distant bird up close. But how well can you hear it? Now get sonic hearing with Sonic Ears. It's like having binoculars for your ears. Imagine being able to hear sounds that other people can't, or listening to a joke clear across the room. Sonic Ears is so small, it's the size of a pager, and it clips conveniently to your belt. The button-type headphones fit comfortably in your ears like a personal stereo. No one ever needs to know that you have sonic hearing. Now you can sit in the balcony and hear like you're in the front row orchestra. Take part in seminars and lectures without missing a word. Join in any conversation, even if you're in another room. And keep track of children as they wander off to play. Sonic Ears picks up and amplifies sounds up to 30 yards away. You can watch TV without turning up the volume and even watch in bed without disturbing others. Your Sonic Ears amplify sounds up to 50 decibels. And there's even a volume control, so you can set just the level you want. With Sonic Ears, you might even hear a few things that may surprise you.
Wait till Dad sees the new fishing reel I just got him for his birthday.
You'll hear things you've never heard before when you start to experience the world with Sonic Hearing. And here's the best part. You'd expect to pay $40, even $50. But Sonic Ears is yours for only $19.95. If it doesn't give you the most dynamic hearing you've ever enjoyed, return it for a complete refund. Now you can hear distant sounds you never thought possible. Don't wait to experience Sonic Hearing. Have your credit card ready and order your Sonic Ears now. To order your Sonic Ears, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-360-5400 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to Sonic Ears, 6960 Eastgate Boulevard, Lebanon, Tennessee. But for quicker service, call 1-800-360-5400. That's 1-800-360-5400.
I'm Catherine Cryer. More than 50% of the women who have committed murder used a firearm.
And you shot someone in the head?
5 times.
Tomorrow at 11, the tough Sheriff Hagee goes inside the jail at Greenville, South Carolina for a special 1-hour Inside Cell Block F.
A man can beat a dog and be on TV, but he can beat a woman and nobody cares.
The person that's being abused often ends up in jail.
As Women in Prison Week continues, only on CourtTV.
My opinion is homicide.
She came screaming that he's not breathing.
He died of asphyxia by suffocation.
He used heroin every day.
If he could stage this as a suicide, she stood to gain the proceeds.
He said he loved his money and he hated to depart with it.
Show me how it was being used. Scraping abrasions over the mouth are evidence of a struggle.
It was a secret. She said if I would have poisoned him, then how come they didn't take the glass?
Some kind of a secret love affair.
I immediately thought he was dead. Rick wanted to steal this man's silver.
I'm going to see to it that you fry, you bitch.
I was threatened to be killed. A lethal combination of heroin.
I was afraid for myself and for my daughter.
Hello, I'm Fred Graham, and this afternoon we're going to be doing something just a little different from the usual. We're going to be looking at both sides of two cases, the Las Vegas millionaire murder trial and the progress of jury deliberations in that case, and the attempted murder case of a young man.
That said he was doing a job for him. What? That
said that Mr. Tabish was?
Tabish was. So he paid him. He had to pay the balance or something.
And did you say cash?
Cash.
As Mayor Jane Stevenson told us, it's a little odd here, that here we have the jury decide to ask for a playback having to do with what this witness had to say about Rick Tabish, when most of her testimony was very serious with regard to his co-defendant. But we have Rick Tabish's lawyer standing by. We're going to take a quick break. We come back, we're going to talk to Louis Palazzo. Maybe he can give us his insight into why he thinks it's happening this way right after this.
On Pros and Cons tonight, Day 6 of deliberations go live for the latest on the Ted Binion murder trial and Women in Prison Week on CourtTV. Tonight, the emotional story of one mother and the heartbreak of motherhood behind bars. Plus, a touchy situation at TGI Fridays. An employee wins big bucks after coworkers cross the line, groping and grabbing. But get this, the victim is a man. Pros and Cons tonight, 6 o'clock, CourtTV.
I'll be right back with your new low Geico rate. Great. I can save you over $250.
Every week, 10,000 drivers switch their car insurance to Geico. We take all the necessary precautions. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Busy day. What?
Are you one of the millions of American males who would like increased sexual energy? If you've been considering Viagra as a solution, consider something different. All-natural Enerx. Clinical studies show various ingredients of Enerx enhance sexual energy, increasing desire, performance, and satisfaction. Enerx is all natural with no side effects. With Enerx, you'll feel the increased energy within minutes and with no chemicals. We're so sure you and your mate will be completely satisfied. We'll offer you a 30-day, no questions asked, full refund. Enerx stimulates sexual energy by expanding the blood vessels, causing increased blood flow to specific areas of the body. Unleash the power of Enerx now.
Call 1-800-441-7260 in the next 10 minutes and find out how you can save 30% off the retail price. Take advantage of our special TV offer. Call 1-800-441-7260.
Two different worlds. A paper world, a digital world. Worlds that didn't always work together. Today, there's the Xerox Document Center. The digital copier printer with so many possibilities, we put it in a video. The Document Center talks to any computer on your network. Stay at your desk and have it print, copy, collate, staple, even fax without getting up. Let the Document Center know what to do, and it shows you everything is fine. You can scan a page and see it on your screen. Now make a change, email it to George, then on to Sally, who prints it out. Your free video also shows how the Xerox Document Center has built-in internet access, so it responds to a print or fax command from anywhere in the world. And since it's modular and upgradable, you only buy what you need. Call for your free video now. What's digital? What's paper? What's the difference?
About an hour ago, the jury in the Las Vegas millionaire murder case began to go through what is called a read-through, but really they were done in an unusual way because the judge sat them down, everyone sat quietly, and he played an audio tape of earlier testimony.
It's good news in the sense that I feel that those comments and those playbacks contained a lot of exculpatory information in them. They seem to corroborate certain things that we presented at the time of trial. And the best part of it is that it's coming from some of the prosecution witnesses. So that's very favorable to us, I believe, especially with regard to the mat being located in the southeast den on prior occasions, at least once of which Ms. Gascon was aware of, where she said that Ted was giving Sandy a massage and they rolled up the mat together, she and he did. And that was favorable, I thought. Also, it was certainly corroborative of our position that Rick Tavish had money given to him by Ted Binion when they found some sequentially numbered bills in Pahrump. She indicated that she had seen Ted provide Rick Tavish a stack of 6-inch stack of $100 bills. Again, that accounts for why he had some of those sequentially numbered bills in his possession in Pahrump. So I think that's all favorable testimony for us.
Okay, so what do you make of the fact that right there at the end, they wanted one passage played twice?
Again, just reiterating stuff that's favorable to us. So I hope they play it 100 times.
Now, was that the one that had to do with whether or not
the trial that this guy, Ted Binion, had smoked heroin on thousands of previous occasions? And so just because...
On Closing Comments tonight, Day 6 of deliberations go live for the latest on the Ted Binion murder trial. And Women in Prison Week on CourtTV. Tonight, the emotional story of one mother and the heartbreak of motherhood behind bars. Plus, a touchy situation at TGI Fridays. An employee wins big bucks after co-workers cross the line, groping and grabbing. But get this, the victim is a man. Closing Comments tonight, 6 o'clock, CourtTV.
Are you near a phone? Can you take down a number? Then call for some of the best life insurance rates in years from a respected insurer, Protective Life Insurance Company. For $100,000 coverage, a 35-year-old man could now pay less than $10 a month. A 45-year-old man, less than $15 a month. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. So act now. For your free quote, call Matrix Direct, 1-800-887-8751.
We had just moved into our new place. We didn't realize how much stuff we were going to need. But we both were working, and we thought, hey, we can handle this. And then Mike's company downsized.
Erica Fleming talks about the day she called Profina Debt Solutions.
So Mike's trying to find a new job. Meanwhile, all these bill collectors are calling us. It got so bad that a lawyer friend of Mike's said he was going to help us file for bankruptcy.
There's a place to call for help, and the service is free. At Profina Debt Solutions, we don't make loans. We do provide a non-profit confidential service. We negotiate with your creditors and stop the phone calls.
We couldn't believe it. I mean, they got our payments down.
Yeah, way down.
Get all your bills together, then give us a call. In 30 minutes, we can lower your payments and start getting you out of debt.
Mike just had a really good interview. I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what we'd have done if we hadn't called him.
Don't wait till things get bad. Call Profina Debt Solutions. It's not a loan. It's a way out of debt.
The worst thing was math class and getting called to the board. I never knew how to do the problem, and everyone was staring at me. I could feel my back turning red. But now it's no problem because math makes sense.
At Sylvan Learning Center, we help students catch up or even get ahead. We start with our skills assessment to determine students' strengths and weaknesses. Then we personalize programs for each child's specific needs and learning style.
When I had to read out loud, I didn't know lots of the words. Like, I had trouble with island, so I had to sound it out. Is land. And I know I sounded dumb.
Sylvan uses certified teachers, and we guarantee results. In fact, 8 out of 10 students improved their math or reading skills by 1 full grade level in only 5 months.
Now, I know all the words, and I can just read it straight through, no problem.
Sylvan Learning Center offers flexible payment options. So if your child needs help with school, call 1-800-EDUCATE. Success is learned.
Welcome back. We have looked at the trial of Brett Misener. We've also seen an additional guilty plea to drug counts. It's time for sentencing. This is Judge Laura Laughlin.
Having heard the testimony in the trial, having reviewed the pre-sentence investigation prepared, and would advise the defendant that he has 30 days to appeal any judgment and sentence of this court. If he chooses to do that, needs an attorney, cannot afford one, the court would appoint one for him.
And after this sentencing, of course, there was reaction. Let's watch it.
We're satisfied with the sentence. We think the judge did a good job, but I would have been perfectly comfortable asking for the death penalty in a case like this.
That seems very, very extremist. Why do you say that?
Because of the egregious conduct of the defendant. The defendant almost killed an innocent person. Put her through tremendous suffering, knowing full well what the effects of GHB were. Had he killed her, the charges might have been a lot more serious. I think this is the sort of conduct that merits extreme sanction in our society.
I am satisfied with the sentence. He served the max on a culpable negligence charge. I was kind of disappointed when the verdict did come back with culpable negligence. I feel that he should have been held more responsible for his actions, and I don't think the culpable negligence really summed up what he had done to me. However, being that that's what he was sentenced to, I'm glad that the judge sentenced him to the maximum on that account.
Well, there has to be a mixed reaction on the part of Jennifer Cruz because Isabel Kirshner, she really almost died, without a doubt. And she certainly feels and expressed herself articulately about what this has done to her life. I want to thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you back, and return again soon.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Well, I want to go to Nancy Grace and find out what is up next on Pros and Cons, Nancy.
Ricky, how much coffee can you and I drink? It's an all-nighter again as we wait for the Ted Binion verdict to come in tonight. The sister of Ted Binion, the head of the so-called Binion money machine, is with us live. She breaks her silence on Pros and Cons. And also, Ricky, you and I have talked off camera about our mothers While the rest of America celebrated Mother's Day this past weekend, there are a lot of mothers behind bars dealing with those issues, and we have one of those mothers tonight, live. And also sexual harassment. Ricky, a huge big buck settlement. An employee at TGI Fridays got tired of groping and grabbing taking place, but guess what, Ricky? The victim is a man. He's with us live.
Oh, I love it, Nancy. I am definitely sitting right here. I'm not even going down to the office. I'm going to watch you in a minute. Okay. Well, we want to remind everyone, of course, that CourtTV is keeping an eye on the Las Vegas, Nevada courtroom where jurors are deliberating in the Ted Binion murder trial. Whenever that verdict's announced, we will interrupt our regular programming and bring you live coverage of that decision. I'm Ricky Kleeman. If I don't see you later tonight for the Binion verdict, I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for Nancy.
I'm Catherine Cryer. There are an estimated 150,000 women behind bars. All this week, CourtTV brings you an in-depth report on the issues facing women in prison.
Tonight, Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka went on a vicious killing spree that included the rape, kidnapping, and murder of Carla's own teenage sister. Was she forced to kill to save her own life? Mugshots, tonight at 7 on CourtTV.
I'm Catherine Cryer. Approximately 65% of women confined in state prisons have had prior convictions. Tonight at 11:30, we'll bring you the stories of the women from inside Cell Block F as Women in Prison Week continues only on CourtTV.